YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Will, back in the building with another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today we got something special for you. We're going to be taking a look at the FiFine AmpliGame AM8 Dynamic Microphone. This mic could be used with a USB or it could be used with an XLR and audio interface. This mic features a headphone jack, a headphone volume control knob, a gain knob, and a tap to mute button. FiFine has been killing it with releasing great mics that could be used for things like streaming, gaming, podcasting, and so much more. Speaking of the price of this mic, it has set you back $58.99. I went for the white version of this microphone, but they also have this in black and pink colorways. I will also be reviewing the FiFine BM88 low profile microphone arm stand, which is a perfect companion for the FiFine AM8. I have reviewed several microphones from FiFine in the past, and for the price versus the sound quality that you're getting, they're really unmatched. I'm going to include some comparisons in this video in case you're trying to decide on the K688 or the AM8. So if you're in the search for a new budget setup when it comes to a great low profile boom arm and also a new dynamic microphone, stick around as we take a deep dive into these products. But before we dive in, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, hit the notification bell so that way you can come back every time I drop new videos like this. Just taking a look at the package of this, you can see some key features right here on the side of the box. First thing you get out of the box is going to be your user manual. They include a tabletop stand with this microphone, USB-C to USB-A cable. Last but not least, you have your microphone. Taking a look at the windscreen, it feels pretty nice. As we take a look now, we can see like the front capsule of this microphone. You can see it's really close to like the top. There is a mic gain knob right here on the front. There's also a headphone monitoring knob. On the back there is a mute button. There's also a RGB button right here on the top. Has a 3/8 and a 5/8 thread. Looking at the IO, we got us a headphone jack. You have your USB-C connection, and then you have your XLR connection. You got some adjustment knobs on the side so you can increase or decrease tension. You got your FiFine logo right here on the side. It's pretty lightweight, but the build quality feels exceptional to me. Screw this in at the very bottom like so. When you have something plugged in at the bottom, there's not enough space for it to spin. These basically has the same IO except for this microphone has the knobs on the back. You can see the shock mount on here. This little mount on it will kind of reduce some vibrations and sound going into the mic versus this one not having anything. This one feels a little bit heavier. This one is kind of made more out of like a metal body. This one feels more plasticky. The FiFine AM8 is a little bit thicker than this one. Looking at the front of both capsules, they're pretty much similar when it comes to diameter. Now let's go ahead and unbox the BM88 low profile microphone stand. Where is it? There it is. The first thing you get out of the box is going to be your user manual. Next thing is going to be your low profile boom arm. There are cable management sleeves kind of built into this so that way you don't have like cables hanging when you attach the microphone. And you have one on the lower part and the upper part. Next thing you got is going to be your C clamp right here, and this is white as well. You have your microphone ball head right here. The last thing you got is going to be your Allen key. You can easily adjust this as well by swiveling, also moving up and down. The tension needs to be tightened on this for it to hold the weight because right now it's just falling. So let me tighten this a little bit. You definitely could fit the USB and the XLR connection hidden inside of the cable management sleeve. This is the vibes that it's giving. You do get like a little wire bleed, I guess. Super low profile, so I could just slide that out the way. And now I got room for activities. Now let's go ahead and set this up at my desk setup so we can do some tests. So right now I'm about 3 o'clock on the microphone, almost to the max. I am very close to this mic, maybe about a few inches, maybe about 2 inches away. And this is what the sound quality sounds like coming out of the FiFine AM8 with its USB connection. I can hear the low end for sure. It feels like the mid-range is just right and the highs are maybe lacking a little bit. Just straight out of microphone, the sound quality sounds very usable in my opinion. I don't have any EQs or any like filters on this microphone. The pickup pattern on this is going to be a cardioid pattern, which mostly picks up sound from the front. As you see, when I go to the sides, the sound quality starts to degrade, and it's the same for like behind the mic. Here's the keyboard test. Typing on the desk or something, this is what the audio quality would sound like of typing and talking at the same time. Here is like me tapping the desk. So now I am about, I want to say 6 inches away from the microphone, and this is what the sound quality sounds like. It's not as great as me being straight up close on the microphone talking like this. The sound quality sounds way more better the closer I am to the microphone. So now I'm at max volume on the gain knob on the microphone, and now I am, you know, about 4 or like 5 inches away. And this is what the sound quality sounds like that. This is what the sound quality sounds like using XLR input with this microphone. With the XLR, you lose all of the controls on the microphone itself as far as the mute, gain knob, and headphone knob. You pretty much would probably want to have the USB in if you want the colors and you want to be able to adjust the headphone volume and stuff on here. If I want to mute my microphone now using XLR, I have to actually mute it from the computer or from the audio interface. Same for gain knob and headphone knob. This is me talking super low into the microphone, almost like a whisper. So this is what it would sound like if I was whispering. Now I am using the FiFine K688 Dynamic Microphone. Right now I have it plugged in with USB-C, and this is the sound quality that you can expect out of this microphone. This microphone pretty much works the same way. If I come to the side of this, the sound quality starts to degrade. If I talk more towards the top of it, sound quality degrades. This works the same exact way as the other FiFine microphone. Let's do some tapping. So I don't hear as much like vibration from tapping on the desk versus the other microphone, and that's due to this shock mount right here. So the little shock mount around this microphone is basically blocking out some of the vibrations as I tap here. Now we are back using the XLR for this microphone setup. When you're using this with XLR, none of the buttons matter on the microphone. You have to use the audio interface. One last thing that I did notice about this microphone, the AM8, you can't like bend this part right here. So it's kind of hard to like adjust it. The only adjustment you have is this versus this microphone here. It has this knob right here. With this knob, it gives me more adjustability for the microphone, especially on this boom arm. This is the FiFine A6T condenser microphones. This microphone right now, it only uses USB-C to plug in. Like there's no XLR option with this. I'm about 12 o'clock on the gain. This microphone seems to be a little bit louder. I am kind of like at -12, -6. And if I twist this gain knob, I am like peaking now. This one is kind of more plasticky. It does have RGB effects, but I can't control the RGB effects. So only thing you get is the gain knob at the bottom. This does have a mute, which is right here on the top. It just muted as I was talking, and now I unmuted it. And what's cool with this is when I mute this, the colors go off. So it's pretty easy to determine if your mic is live or not. Listening back, here are some differences between each of the microphones. Out of all three, to me, the AM8 sounds more crispy, more like brighter. The K688 sounds a little bit more bassier. It has more of like a lower end to that microphone versus the AM8. This is what the sound quality sounds like coming out of the FiFine AM8. Now I am using the FiFine K688. The sound sounds flatter. The A6T sounds very good as well. To me, the A6T sounds a little bit more brighter and more crispy compared to the other two. Let me know what you guys think about how this sounds. This is the sound quality that you can expect out of this microphone. This is the FiFine A6T. You have to consider the AM8 and the K688 are dynamic microphones, so they have a certain characteristic versus the A6T, which is a condenser. So what was your favorite? Please drop it down in the comment section. Let me know which one do you think sounds the best. The K688 does have a shock mount, which will reduce any vibrations on the desk when using that microphone, versus the AM8, which does not have a shock mount attached. But as far as looks, the AM8 does look more of a streamer gamer vibe with the RGB colors, versus the K688 is more of like a podcaster style microphone. As far as the low profile boom arm, it really has some nice features such as the cable management sleeves and obviously the low profile, which pretty much gives you more room on your desk. Now, the one con that I have with the boom arm is that the ball head don't go vertically down. So pros and cons of the FiFine AM8. My first pro here is that this is very simple to use, plug and play. You don't have to download any drivers or anything. This microphone also comes with a nice little tabletop stand. I love that the AM8 is customizable when it comes to RGB effects. Another pro here is that you do have volume knob, gain knob, tap the mute function, and headphone jack directly on the microphone, so there is no need to really have a USB audio interface. My first con with the AM8 is you have to be very close up front to get the best audio quality out of it, which is kind of like a gift and a curse. Another con with the AM8 is the mount attachment comes in black only. I think it would have been better if they matched that as well to the microphone. Another con is that this does not have a shock mount. Having a shock mount would have reduced some of the vibrations from the desk. Another con with these microphones, including the K688, is if you use this with XLR, you lose all of the functions like the tap to mute, the mic gain knob, the headphone knob, and headphones as well. I feel like most people using this will go straight for the USB-C connection. If you were to pick this up, it would be because you're on a budget where you could just spend about 50 bucks to get right into great audio quality instead of spending an additional $50 to $200 on an audio interface. I'll leave links down in the description in case you want to check any of these mics out. If you found this video helpful, do your boy a big favor by leaving me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I'ma holla at y'all next week in my next video. Deuces. Hey, before you go, if you enjoyed this review, you may like this review or maybe even this review right here. So check it out.